Hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic, and this is again related to weight loss. And the topic name is common mistakes during weight loss journey. This is a very important topic because weight loss is like an epidemic, not only in India, but in the entire world. And there are a lot of people who are actually aspiring for weight loss, but they don't have the right guidance and they do a lot of mistakes because of that. Okay, so we'll be talking about the common mistakes that people do while they are on a weight loss journey. The first mistake that a lot of people do actually is excessive workouts. In fact, what I find is that a lot of people, when they want to start on with their weight loss journey, the first thing that they will do is they join a gym. Okay. And when they join a gym, there is an initial enthusiasm, especially during the time of the new year. There will be the maximum registrations that will happen in the gyms. All right. In fact, the gym memberships, people take almost more than 1,000 times of the capacity of the gym itself. Okay, so 1,000 गुना ज्यादा capacity से भी वो लोग actually registrations लेते हैं. Okay, but how many people actually go to the gym? They will go initially for maybe 10 days, 15 days, but after that, then they drop it off. All right. Now, a lot of people who go to the gym, they do excessive workouts. I have so many people who told me that, I went to the gym, I did 2 hour workouts. I have, some people in my own relations who did workouts for almost 6 months, excessive workouts for 6 months, but they did not even lose 100 grams of weight. Okay. So excessive workouts actually doesn't work. All right. And the reason for that is because excessive workout is an additional stress to our body. Anything which is stressful to our body, then the body goes into a stress mode. And whenever there is high stress, there are certain changes which happen like high cortisol, and then, the sugar levels will rise, and then there will be insulin resistance. Cortisol will also shut down all the other weight loss hormones. These changes will start happening in your body. तो ये changes होने की वजह से क्या होता है कि आपका वेट लॉस का जो जर्नी है वो रुक जाता है और आप सरप्राइज हो जाते हो कि आप इतने वर्कआउट कर रहे हो फिर भी यू नो आपको रिजल्ट नहीं मिल रहा है. देयर आर अदर इफेक्ट्स आल्सो लाइक देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ फ्री रेडिकल डैमेज ड्यू टू एक्सेसिव वर्कआउट्स. देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ पेन, एंड देन वंस देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ पेन, आपने आज किया वर्कआउट, देन यू आर नॉट एबल टू डू वर्कआउट्स फॉर अनदर 1 week or so, and that's the reason that you don't become consistent. Okay, so this is the reason that excessive workouts doesn't work. I will actually prepare a separate video on this. In fact, whatever I'm going to discuss today, I will actually prepare separate videos on a lot of these topics separately. All right, the second mistake which a lot of people do is something which is called as calorie deficit. All right, this formula is also called as eat less and move more, and this formula is going on since ages, almost I would say more than 5 decades. This formula is going on. कम खाइए और ज्यादा मूव करिए. All right, and in fact, you will see this happening in your own house. If there is somebody who is overweight, the common advice that people give is आप थोड़ा सा कम खाना खा लो, थोड़ा सा ज्यादा चल ले, थोड़ा सा ज्यादा वर्कआउट कर ले. This is a formula which it's a general advice. It doesn't work. All right. I will prepare a separate video on this because this is a very important topic, and this, like the entire country and the entire world, is haunted by this. All right, because calorie deficit. There are multiple studies right since 1977 till now. It doesn't work. All right, you will hit a plateau. You will lose weight for sure. All right, but what happens in that transaction is that you land up having a lot of cravings because you're skipping meals, you're avoiding food. There are a lot of cravings which you have, but you're not having food. You're trying to control it, but there is a limitation to it. How long you can control your cravings? Eventually, you'll give up. All right. And when you give up, there is a rebound weight gain also which happens. So this doesn't work. Okay. We will discuss this in details in a separate video. Okay. The third thing, which a lot of people actually are obsessed with, is that they just focus on the scale. Okay. They are so much obsessed with weight that they completely ignore what other changes are happening in their body. This do happen with some of my clients. All right, majority of my clients, they lose weight along with the other changes which are happening in the body. But some clients, they actually struggle with weight loss, but they could see the other changes which are happening in their body. Okay, what are the other changes which are happening in your body? You are actually feeling that yes, you're losing weight. You feel lighter. You see that your clothes are becoming loose compared to what it was earlier. Some old clothes start fitting you, but you don't see anything on the scale, and that is the reason that you get dismooded. You don't like it, और आप हताश हो जाते हो और आपको लगता है कि यार कुछ रिजल्ट तो आ ही नहीं रहा है. Okay, and this is a mistake, okay, which a lot of people don't understand. और इसके लिए आपको समझना पड़ेगा बॉडी फैट कंपोजिशन. ओके, सो बॉडी, हमारे बॉडी में फैट मास भी है, मसल मास है, बोन मास है, वाटर मास है. ऑल राइट, ऑल दिस डिफरेंट मासेस टुगेदर फॉर्म्स बॉडी वेट. ओके, और हमारा गोल ये है कि हमको फैट मास कम करना है और मसल मास और बोन मास बढ़ाना है. ओके, नाउ जस्ट इमेजिन, अगर आपने 1 kg फैट लॉस किया है और 1 kg बोन मास और मसल मास इंक्रीज किया हुआ है, will you see a change in your scale? Absolutely not. All right. And that is the reason that you will not see any changes which are happening on your weight, but you will see that the inch loss is happening. If that is happening, you're on the right track. But if you're focused on scale, then you probably get distracted. Then you have a lot of stress. You say, oh, I'm trying so much, but still things are not happening. And that is an added stress, which can become chronic over a period of time. And stress itself can lead to weight gain. Okay. So this is very, very important thing to understand. The next point, which is very important, is having a low fat diet. Okay. और ये जो आया, ये यूएस से आया हुआ है कि having a low fat diet. Okay. Low fat diet. This came in the US during 1970s, 80s. And the diabetic epidemic actually started from that time. Okay. Fats are so critical that each and every cell of our body has fat. Okay. Cholesterol को इतना बदनाम किया हुआ है. It all came from the Western literature. Okay. और if you see the composition of a cell, उसमें cholesterol होता है, phospholipids होते हैं. So fats is one of the major components of each and every cell of our body. We can't survive without fats. Fats are so critical. Okay. But because, the Western literature, condemned fat earlier, there is still that, that thing is going on in the minds of people कि बहुत ज्यादा फैट्स है, इसमें फैट्स नहीं खाना चाहिए. Of course, there are unhealthy fats, okay, जिसको trans fats बोलते हैं. Excessive usage of oils, these are bad fats. Definitely, we should avoid that. There is no question of it. But there is some good fats like omega-3 fatty acids. There are some saturated fats which are good fats, okay. Definitely, we should consume them. What are the benefits of fats? We'll prepare a separate video on that. But yes, low fat diet is 100% not going to work. All right. Why it is not going to work? Because fats जो है that gives us satiety, और उसको ही हम लोग ने कम कर दिया. और fats का और एक चीज है, fats and fiber are the only things which do not stimulate insulin. And insulin is one of the major hormones for obesity. Okay. और fats को अगर हम लोग ने avoid किया, जो चीज इंसुलिन को स्टिमुलेट ही नहीं करता है उसको ही हम लोग ने अवॉइड करके रखा, then we will end up eating other things like sugar, proteins in excessive quantities, and that can be detrimental. All right, okay. So having a low fat diet doesn't work. Excessive fats, I'm not talking about excessive fats, but adequate fats, yes, that is the thing which is very, very important. Then not eating enough proteins. I've already prepared a video on the benefits of proteins, okay? And, I will put the link, okay, in this video for what are the benefits of using proteins, so that once you watch that video, you will understand what are the benefits of proteins. Yes, excessive proteins we are not talking about, but moderate protein intake definitely helps. अगर आपने प्रोटीन कम किया हुआ है, आप जस्ट इमेजिन करिए योर मसल मास, बोन मास क्या है, उसमें प्रोटीन्स है. एंड इफ यू डोंट गिव दैट प्रोटीन्स, your muscle mass is going to drop down, your bone mass is going to drop down. You'll not be able to maintain that mass also. And if you're not able to maintain that mass, then the fat burning is not going to happen. Okay. You will not only struggle with weight loss, but you will also land up with a lot of other lifestyle diseases because of the insulin resistance, which is happening because you have not taken proteins in adequate quantities. All right. So proteins are very, very important. Okay. And I'm telling you, in India, majority of the people, are vegetarians, all right? And vegetarian people, they don't understand the sources of proteins. If you don't know what are the sources of proteins, how will you have adequate proteins? If you don't know what are the sources of good fats, how will you have adequate fats? So you need to know what are the sources of proteins, fats, fiber, etc. Okay, these are very important. The other thing, okay, mistake which a lot of people do is that they don't have fiber. In fact, whenever I consult anybody, there are hardly any people who are having salads on a regular basis. And salads is the main place where you get the fiber. There are very few people who actually have salads on a regular basis. All right. And in my weight loss tip number 1, the first weight loss tip which I had given is about fiber. Okay. So I'm not going to talk about what are the benefits of fiber. I'm going to put a link about what are the benefits of fiber, okay, in the description. Do watch that video about the benefits of fiber. And yes, you'll understand, how you can actually achieve weight loss. So a diet which is deficient in fiber doesn't work. All right. We want more fiber in our diet. Okay, that brings us to the next, topic of discussion, and that is gut health. Okay, so the other mistake which a lot of people do is that I have seen clients who are having gut health issues since last 10 years. They are trying weight loss since last 10 years and they have not fixed their gut health at all. In fact, उनको पता ही नहीं था कि gut health भी important है weight loss की जर्नी में. I'm telling you, whatever you are eating, it is going to get absorbed through your gut. The nutrient absorption is going to happen through your gut. Nutrient loss is going to happen through your gut. Unwanted things, okay, are going to get absorbed through your gut, and it will give rise to damage, not only to your liver, but systemic damage also will happen. That is the reason that autoimmune diseases are on a rise, allergic reactions are on a rise. All right. So if you don't fix your gut health, then the nutrient absorption is going to suffer. The nutrient loss is going to happen. So you'll lose B vitamins, vitamin C, ADK, and whatnot. Not only that, but your liver is going to suffer. Liver performs more than 500 functions. And if the liver is not functioning properly, you're going to struggle with weight loss. All right. So gut health is absolutely critical. In fact, Aristotle said, all diseases begin in the gut. And this is true, absolutely true. And gut is also a second brain. Okay. It's like, you always talk about like, what is your gut feeling? So, if your gut is not good, you're going to struggle with weight loss also. Other very important thing which a lot of people ignore, they focus on workouts, they focus on diet, and they completely ignore sleep and stress. All right. If you ignore sleep and stress, then what happens is that your repair, which is happening at night during the sleep, deep sleep, that's not happening. And when the repair is happening at night, fat burning is happening. You have not eaten, okay? You are not eating during the night time. What is the source of energy for the repair? It's the fats, all right. Initially, the glycogen also will be utilized, but yes, later on, it's the fats which will be utilized, all right. So if, your sleep is not good, then your cortisol hormone will be on a higher level. If your stress is not controlled, your cortisol will be on a higher level, and cortisol will shut down all the weight loss hormones. It will not allow fats to be used as an energy source. It will actually create more glucose for energy source. And that glucose is actually prepared by breaking down muscles, which you don't want. Okay, so you're actually having muscle loss and you're having high sugars and insulin resistance as well because of that, especially when it is a chronic stress. The other thing which is very important, a lot of people do this mistake, is frequent munching. मैं थोड़ा बहुत ही तो खा रहा हूँ ना, थोड़ा बहुत खा लिया, चल लिया, मेरे को इवनिंग में थोड़ा सा खाने का इच्छा हो गया तो मैंने कुछ लड्डू खा लिया, मैंने कुछ तो स्नैक्स खा लिया, मैंने मैगी खा लिया, मैंने नूडल्स खा लिया, मैंने ये खा लिया, वो खा लिया, चॉकलेट खा लिया, थोड़ा सा ही खा लिया. ओके, मंचिंग, दैट्स अनदर प्रॉब्लम, स्पेशली एट नाइट, द इवनिंग आवर्स, इन बिटवीन, बार 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 अगर आप खा रहे हो, ठीक है, दैट्स अ बिग बिग प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज with every munch you're going to stimulate your insulin, and insulin is an obesity hormone. Okay, remember, obesity is not about calories. Obesity is about hormones, and one of the major hormones which is responsible for obesity is insulin. So if you're going to stimulate insulin again and again, again and again, then what is going to happen is that you're going to land up with insulin resistance over a period of time, and that is how you're going to land up with obesity as well. Okay, the other thing which a lot of people do, other mistake which a lot of people do, is having fruit juices. Okay, they think they're healthy and they start consuming fruit juices. Some of them probably are using some beverages also which are commercially available. Okay, like they might take packets of fruit juices and consume them. Now, fruit juices, whether it is homemade or whether you bring it from the commercially are more dangerous, of course, there's no question about it. But even homemade, there is a problem with fruit juices. I have a separate reel on that. All right. I will try to put the link because there will be too many links, but yes, I will try to put the link for the fruit juices also. And you watch this reel, you'll understand what is the difference between a fruit juice and having a whole fruit. Okay. Instead of a fruit juice, it is better to have a smoothie, or you can have a fruit, whole fruit. Okay. That is going to be beneficial. All right. Fruit juices contain a lot of sugar and they can actually do a lot of damage by shooting up the insulin levels. And it will be actually against weight loss. और उसमें बड़ा प्रॉब्लम ये है कि आप एक्चुअली वो ले रहे हो थिंकिंग दैट इट्स गोइंग टू हेल्प इन वेट लॉस, यू माइट टेक मोर ऑफ इट, बट एक्चुअली इट इज detrimental. It is creating an opposite effect. Okay. One of the last, mistakes which I would like to talk about is not able to read the labels. Okay. There are a lot of people who are not able to read the labels. Okay. उसका प्रॉब्लम ये है that we eat certain foods, packaged foods in the market, thinking that they are healthy. That is a big problem. Okay. हमको मालूम ही नहीं है, ठीक है, कि ये अनहेल्दी आइटम है. इनफैक्ट हम ये सोच रहे हैं कि ये हेल्दी आइटम है और हम उसको खा रहे हैं. ठीक है. I'll give you certain examples. You know, high fiber biscuits, coconut biscuits, oat biscuits, whole bread, and the list goes on. ऐसे बहुत सारे पैकेज आइटम्स जो हैं, ठीक है, जो बाजार में मिलते हैं, they are extremely unhealthy. They're extremely unhealthy. All right. And if you're having them thinking that it is healthy, that's a problem. Okay. Understand the marketing gimmick. आप एडवर्टाइजमेंट देखोगे और उसमें लिखा रहेगा हाई फाइबर, बट जस्ट गो एंड सी द लेबल. उसमें सबसे ज्यादा मैदा है. Understood, which is not good for your health. So understand that. Okay. Sugars are labeled in some different forms. All right. Any O's, okay, any ऑल्स, ऑल राइट, दीज आर ऑल शुगर्स. ओके. और उसको हम लोग रीड करने से अगर मतलब समझता नहीं है अगर हम लोग को, इट्स बेटर टू अवॉइड पैकेज फूड्स ऑल टुगेदर. ओके. सो दीज आर सम ऑफ द कॉमन मिस्टेक्स विच आई वुड लाइक टू, आई जस्ट वांटेड टू हाईलाइट. There will be much more, but these are some of the common things. Okay. There are much more. Okay. So my recommendation to you is that if you don't know, okay, details about it, get in touch with a health coach and he can help you with that. All right. I hope this video helps you. Thank you very much for listening. Stay tuned.